Indigenous people versus pride. This is going to be really interesting to see who the woke would side with. Because if you think about it, they are for the indigenous people, all about their rights. We have DEI and what's not. And now we have pride. Interesting. So which people have better rights that now they within themselves don't agree on the same agenda? Dude, like honestly, these war cries, this haka, like imagine seeing that in front of you. It's so scary. It's so intimidating. And at the same time, like they are such peaceful people. If you think about it, like honestly, seeing this before a war, before a battle would make you run the opposite way. It is so powerful. I think the police is siding with the wrong side in here. Do they really think just because they are doing the haka that they're gonna attack them? No, they're not gonna do that. Man up. I agree. I'm actually tearing. It is epic. Oh my god. This is so hot. What is this animal thing in us that when you see something like that, you're like, yes, he can lead. He can protect me. You know, I can see him turning into a monster and I love it. Sorry, back to the normal. Wow. The women. I love them. They're there too. Please. Real man. Like, honestly, who would you side with? I'm sorry, but like, would you side with this woman? Beggar? Like, no. No. Oh my goodness. This, like, in me, it says this is the right way, you know? Like, I don't understand. And like, keep in mind, this is in New Zealand. This is not America, you guys. This is in New Zealand. Like, things are happening around the world. See, like, they did nothing. harmful.
We always came here on a peaceful protest. We came out to share what we believe society needs, which is the removal of craziness. There is only two genders. There's no procreation without it. We came to talk about that, but we were actually greeted in the public square with hostility. A couple of our guys have bruises on his forehead, cuts on his arms. When I said to the police, who eventually turned up, that the rainbow community that talks about being inclusive and loving, you know, the disgusting words, spitting, physically pushing, grabbing. Police would...
Yeah. That's the thing, you guys. That's the thing. They are the most toxic ones. They are the most hostile ones, but they are the one preaching love, compassion, respect. They went on a peaceful protest. Just because they don't agree with you, it doesn't mean that they're supposed to die.
Do nothing. Actually, I asked to put in a complaint, a physical harm complaint, and they refused to obtain the details of that person or the persons. There were actually young females also who were trying to harm the men, and obviously we're not going to touch them. Yeah, it was unfortunate to go into to be greeted by that, the rainbow community, the inclusive community, the loving community. It's not loving. It wasn't inclusive. They didn't want us there, and they were hateful. They don't want to hear a message that's logical. If you have a confusion about your gender, that's okay. Just do that in your own home. Don't come into a public space that belongs to all people.
Yeah, like the fact that like if you are confused about your gender, maybe deal with it privately, or I don't know, like just with a small circle of people. Don't go and make it a pride thing. Don't go and talk about it as if it is cool, because kids are gonna think this is the cool way, and we are in the old age. Everyone else who's conservative or whatever is in the old age. Like, no, we need to put a stop on it, because we see more and more children actually getting affected by it, and their whole mind and idea about it is different. And that's what we don't want to see. We don't want this influence on our children. We want them to choose by themselves without any outer influence.
And the only thing that bothers me more than him is all the...
Wait. Political crash out in school is crazy. Events. The teacher criticized Trump's executive order to release water in California to fight wildfires and labeled him a dictator. The situation escalated when a student, presumably pro-Trump, brought up politics in class, leading the teacher to launch into a rant. The teacher then verbally assaulted the student, calling him names like punk and threatened him with detention for speaking class without permission. Abusing the power. Once you don't agree with them, they turn wild.
Republican senators and congressmen.
A teacher who needs to teach you stuff.
They believe in it. You gotta know they don't believe in it. They don't believe in any of it. They're just afraid that he's gonna talk smack about them on Truth Social, and then they're gonna lose their job in an election. So they're just doing whatever he says, which is the worst possible thing, because that's cult and dictatorship. Jesus Christ, you see that? I'm not kidding. When I say wipe that smile off, I don't care if that's a detention. I just wrote you a referral mentally. You're going to detention for bringing up.
He's behaving like a child who is having an argument with a grown-up. What is happening here? You are the grown-up, and you're supposed to teach these kids how to handle inner trauma, how to handle when they are angry. Like, how about breathing in and out a couple of times before you speak? You lost all respect from all the students right there when you lost control. Once you lose control, you are not a powerful person anymore. When you can control yourself and your inner, turmoil, and present yourself as calmly as possible, talking about whatever agenda you want to talk with calm, that's the power you possess. Once you lose that, you lose all the power and all the credibility. And that is the hardest thing to do. People who can do that and not be affected by anything out there and keep preaching what they have to preach without any effect, these are the powerful people that you need to follow, and these are the powerful people that you need to listen to. This teacher needs to be sacked.
Politics in class.
Politics in class, you brought it in.
Control yourself, man. Yo. Excuse me? Excuse me? After all I put up with you for the last 2 years and talked you up and stood your back when they...
You're not his parents to speak to him like that. Even his parents should not be speaking to him like that. What the hell? This is a teacher. The victimization. What is this unprofessionality?
You what? You say what? What? Are you serious? Treating me with that disrespect? Are you serious? Are you serious? Are you serious?
Serious Black?
If I could take back your letter of recommendation to college right now, I would. You talk to me like...
I guess you can ask other teachers for a recommendation, right?
that? After everything I've done for you? Are you kidding me?
Everyone else is listening to this. This is so
detention.
private.
Don't ever talk to me again personally. You can ask questions in class. You say anything in class without raising your hand, you go to detention for a week. From now on.
That's dictatorship.
Disrespect me like that? You got your letter, so now everything's good, right? You got your high grade on the midterm, so everything's good. Now you can treat me like that? After all I've stood up for you, you punk ass. You really gonna do that to me?
You're fired. Get out of here. You're fired.
They, them, energy. They, them, energy.
No. 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 I've seen this. No, I can't. Not again, please.
They, them, energy.
Kick me out of class for wearing this shirt.
Trust Black women, they lead the way.
No, they don't.
White women, stop abandoning your sisters. Trust Black women, they lead the
Why
way.
would Black women lead the way and not white women? Why would only women lead the way and not men? Why? Like, these questions, I don't have answers. And you don't have answers either.
Shut up, bitch.
Is the U.S. military too woke?
No, not at all. The military I see is a military that's exceptionally strong.
Bruh. That's strong? That's the definition of a strong man? Can we get back to the indigenous people and the Haka? That's how my military should look like. What the
So,
Yeah, see, this is what happens when war and battles are not anymore in a field with men in armor and swords. You know, this is the problem with wars today. Like, they're on a drone, you know, playing a game and shooting at people and destroying buildings behind a controller. So anyone, I guess, can do that again. Like,
I just
that's
went
crazy.
in the military building. These bitches just told me to go in this building, and they were like, okay, get your dental stuff done, and the thing opens at 8, and so I showed up like half an hour early, and this scary ass drill sergeant looking guy, he came up to me and he was like, go get a haircut. Don't come back in the building until you get a haircut. I was like, okay, yes sir. He grabbed this part of my uniform and was like, when you're in this uniform, you need to abide by the standards in AR 670-1.
I can't believe that he is actually making fun of that. Isn't that what a military is about? Abiding by those rules?
I was like, yes sir. He was like, go get a haircut right now and don't come back in this building until you get a haircut. I was like, okay.
Beta!
Not a day goes by that I'm not grateful to be serving at this period of time. Being able to undergo a full gender transition beyond hormones, laser hair removal, Botox, lip injections, hair lowering, like literally cannot be more thankful.
Wait, she doesn't pay? Or he? I don't know. They don't pay for this? I really couldn't imagine having to outright pay for everything. The country paid for that? You paid for that?
Cannot be more thankful.
DEIs would have ruined our country, and now it's dead. Tell you who's very happy about it? The military.
Hold on, you can't just call anything you want waste and just get rid of it. You can't do that. Like in the Department of Defense, we do like...
That was waste. That previous clip, what we just saw, you paying for that is waste. That's the definition of waste.
Lots and lots of online training every year that's totally not a waste of time and teaches us great skills that we...
How can you learn skills online that is used in the military as a soldier? Maybe something by the textbook, but these are like literally the earliest couple of months of learning, I guess. But the eventual, like, soldiering or whatever, like, that's on a field. That's physical. And only physical.
We use every day. And you should not use Doge to eliminate that. You just don't, please don't do that. Please.
Hamas is
he's so
for gay rights. What if I told you that I have a video of the guy that runs Hezbollah? From the first time they do it, even if they're unmarried, they should be killed.
Maybe Trump supporters, actually.
So I'd rather take them over Trump supporters, TBH.
Yeah?
Supporting Trump is not an ideology that would prevent you in any way from supporting gay rights.
Why do you think you picked this one originally? Like, who told you that? Have you seen videos that show that Hamas is and Hezbollah pro-LGBT?
Yeah, probably, because I've seen on social media, I've seen a lot of...
Hamas is not pro-LGBT. No. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? Even Arabs and Muslims who are not a terroristic organization or whatever, they are not pro-LGBT. Let alone someone who is in such a group. All right, like, what are you talking about? Do they know? Do they have no idea what they're talking about?
Trump supporters say a lot of hateful things.
They would be way more supportive than someone who is more willing to strip rights than to, like, expand them.
We live in a democracy. As far as I can tell, there was no fraud. We have the rules. We follow the rules. That's the way it goes. Sometimes it goes my way. Sometimes it goes someone else's way. It's a democracy. That's how it works.
So you're okay. You're cool.
This is how it is. I mean, what do we think?
Well, I've been speaking to a lot of women, and they are very emotional and not happy.
I hear you. That would have happened no matter how the election came out.
I don't know about that.
You don't think that if the election went another way, that there'd be a lot of people unhappy?
Of course, no. A lot of people. I said women. I think as guys, we may not understand it.
I mean, I'm obviously not a woman, so I don't know what it's like to be one. But
thank you.
Okay.
No empathy.
Huh?
Full of empathy.
I got a DHS
Full of
letter
empathy.
in the mail
What do you
this
mean?
morning, and
What does that have to do one with the other? Oh, debate.
now open. I got a DHS letter in the mail this morning, and I just now opened it. And somebody reported me to the state of Michigan because I'm making money on TikTok, and I drive a 2024 BMW. They have cut my food stamps from almost $4,000 a month.
Aren't the food stamps being cut for junk food? Like, you will not be able to use it for junk food, which actually I do think it's a smart idea. Less junk food for Americans, but also how much does it cost to eat healthy in America? You know, like, if you cut the junk food and people cannot afford to actually eat healthier, then that is a big problem, what you're doing.
Down to $88 a month. They are telling me if I want a review that I have to sell my car. So you're telling me if you were on welfare, food stamps, cash assistance, Section 8, you can't drive a nice car? They are forcing me.
She's driving a 2024 car. Bro, like, what are you talking about? How many people are driving a 2024 car? You are living beyond your means. If you cannot afford it by yourself and you are relying on the country to afford that for you, and you are driving a car from 2024, then yeah, things are gonna be changing.
Sell my brand new BMW, or I lose almost $4,000 in food stamps. Not only that, they have taken my cash assistance totally.
A car is a car. It doesn't matter if it is a car from 2024 or a car from 2010, it will drive you from A to B to C as long as it can go. What's the problem? Why do you have to drive that? Like, it's the same with these phones, iPhones, for example. I have iPhone 13, it's working. I will keep it as long as it is working. All right, guys? But I have some people around me who are like bragging about the newest iPhone and they keep changing it why? Why? Better camera? And like, you're an influencer. You should use a better camera. Like, this ages quickly. Like, no, it's working. What are you talking about?
Away. They are telling me that Section 8 will no longer be paying 95% of my rent, only 10% of my rent. So I will have to pay a little over $400 a month now instead of $60 a month.
Wow, she pays $60 a month for rent? Living on social, right? That's what she's doing. Like, I know here in Germany they do that too, and some people even say it is cheaper and better to live on social than to find a job, because once you like get a job, until you pay the rent, pay extra like the groceries and utilities, and then whatever you want to spend extra for yourself, like at the end you're almost at the same amount of money. So they would rather have their freedom, have their time, and just live on the country's expense. That is a big no-no, and that's not how you promote working people. Like, that's not how people will find jobs and work. You're just going to create more and more lazy people with more and more health issues. That leads to what we have right now in America and in Germany, to be honest.
We do not hate men. We do not hate people that were assigned male at birth. We hate cisgender men. And I will tell you why. Gender and sex are both social constructs. People think that sex is an immutable fact, right? That gender is based on sex. Obviously, we know better because we're trans, right? But what really is the basis of sex? So when they assign people as male, they are literally assigning them to breed us. That's it. That's their role. That's what it means when they identify as a cis man. It means they see themselves as breeders that get to just do whatever they want to our bodies, to take from us, to force us to bear children. That's really what it means. Obviously,
nobody forced you to have kids. Nobody. What are you talking about?
Love trans masculine people and trans men. Because by rejecting the roles assigned to us, we are destroying patriarchy, because we are destroying gender, which is the basis of patriarchy.
I just can't anymore. What patriarchy has to do with gender and power? What are you talking about? Biology is out of the question. How do biological books, or the books of like the subject biology in school, look like today in America? I wonder, and how it's gonna look in the future. Like, and I hate the saying assigned by birth. No, you're either this or that. That's your being. That's your existence. That's who you are. That's how God created you. That's how your mother gave birth to you. You are not assigned by a professional to be a specific gender. All right? You're not assigned by opinions to be a specific gender. Nobody wants to do researches on you and breed you. You're not a cow, all right? You have a choice. You can say, no, I have a thing that can create babies, but I don't want to create babies, and nobody will force you to do so, all right? Like, there's so many people around the world, like, it's fine. We don't need more babies. Let the people who want to have babies, and the ones who don't want to have, don't have to have babies. It doesn't have to do anything with patriarchy. Jesus.